Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about content marketing. Now, what I mean by that is creating a blog post, generating content, and with things like Chat GPT, it's easier than ever. No stress, you just have to find out what people are searching for in order to get to your page, or at least what you want them to search for with your ideal persona to be able to get to the content that you want to drive either leads or sales. So let me show you something, actually. There's this website here. It's a music school, and I'm helping somebody manage this school. But some of the ways that I generate content for their blog are as follows. I will go to Google search and I'll type in something that I think the ideal customer persona is searching for. And then I'll get kind of a real world example of what people are searching for as I'm typing it. And even kind of I'll look at the search results to see related searches and kind of answers to queries that come up in Google search. Now the idea is I want this website and its blog to come up as the answer to people's search. So let's try something. Okay, so let's try, how about piano lessons. See, I typed in piano lessons and relevant searches come up. Near me, that one works. So there are a lot of paid ads here, which means the competition is high. Okay, so I don't want to join this. Remember, it's not about me, it's about the audience, right? I want to kind of target somebody's search query where the competition is low, but the relevance is high to the business. Okay, so instead of piano lessons, let's try answering a question. Music lessons. Okay, let's just try searching that and we'll find adjacent questions that go along with that. Have a look at here. On the subject of music lessons, you can see here, people also ask, what is the best age to start music lessons? That's a great thing that we can answer with a blog post. Right? Are 30-minute music lessons worth it? People have already answered this, but we can jump on that train as well. What lesson can you learn in music? I'm not even sure what that means. But let's keep on going here. Okay. How about this? What is the best age to start music lessons? So somebody has answered that, but let's jump on that. Okay, I'm going to copy that question. And before we get started with the blog post, I just want to tell you guys a couple of things, right? So these are the blogs that we're already making for the Leaside Music School. Now you can see here, for example, with this particular blog post, I came across a question that somebody asked on Google search that asked it asked, are guitar lessons worth taking? So I made a blog post that attempts to answer or attempts to be that answer maybe in the future to that particular search query. So this blog post says why guitar lessons are worth taking. It aims to provide an answer to somebody's question. And so remember, there are rules for this stuff and they're more like best practices, I would say. So this particular post is not necessarily selling somebody on the idea of guitar lessons. It does that kind of at the end, but there's best practices with regard to social engagement and even kind of posting and creating content, right? So there's a bit of an 80-20 rule that I recommend everybody follow. So 80% of the posts that you create should engage with your audience, inform them, educate them, and also even entertain them. Don't be afraid to use videos, images, and links to external sites. These are all so very helpful to provide credibility to your posts and ensure that Google thinks that you're a reputable answer to a search query. So give value to your potential customers. Only 20% of your post should directly promote your brand. Okay, there's also the rule of thirds. So 1/3 should promote your brand, and 1/3 should share ideas and stories in your industry. So this particular post, right, it talks about sharing ideas, right? And it talks about kind of best practices about why taking guitar lessons are worth it. Again, in an effort to answer the question, are guitar lessons worth it? Now, 1/3 should also involve personal interactions with your audience. So this is a piece of pillar content. It's very long, it's meaningful, it does really well with the 80-20 rule, like I mentioned, it does well with engagement, and it really targets the top of the funnel. It utilizes the rule of thirds very well. Now, it's important that you promote this content from a kind of micro content perspective as well. So you want to be able to link to it. And what I do to link to it is I'll promote this content on Twitter. I'll promote it on the company's Instagram page, which is very image heavy. I'll promote it on Facebook as well, and even Google My Business or Google Maps. That's usually my first go-to because it directly helps the kind of searching for the local business. So it helps people get informed before they call the business, before they ask for directions, and even before they click on the website link. Okay, so those are all ways that this piece of pillar content can gain more views and also gain more interactions so that this business gets more leads and interested people so that they would eventually become a customer. Again, it's not about you completely, it's about your audience. You want to kind of get the message out there with micro content. And again, the micro content is promoting this huge piece. Okay, so let's rewind and let's go back to our question. What is the best age to start music lessons? So we want to answer this question. So this music school is already doing it, but we want to do it as well. So they have the same idea, but I want to jump on this bandwagon and also take a stab at this. Let's go over to Chat GPT. Okay, let's log in. Now logging me in. Aha, there we go. So watch this. I will say create, and remember the prompt, you have to be a bit of a prompt engineer here as much as I loathe that term. You have to kind of guide AI in the right direction. You have to give it emotion. You have to give it a sense of empathy. You have to give it the ability to fine-tune its content so that it's appropriate for your brand, but also very much in line with the business you're trying to promote. So I'll try something like this. Create a blog post for the Leaside Music School. And I'll put their website here, leasidemusicschool.com, so that it educates and informs the reader about the best ages to start taking music lessons. And then I will add the phone number too. So here's the phone number to the company, right? So I wanted to educate and inform the audience, entertain them even, give them value for about 20% of the piece. But I don't want to forget that last 20% in which I ultimately want this website to convert readers into potential students. So I want them to get calls. That's the whole point of content marketing. So I'll say here is their phone number. number to promote. And then I'll say, let's start with that, honestly. Okay. Unlocking the melodic journey, discover the best ages to start taking music lessons. Honestly, it's probably good enough just to say discover the best ages to start taking music lessons. That's a good title. Great, let's do this. So this blog post is very much designed to get their phone ringing when somebody is enticed by the answer to their question. Okay, let's go over to Squarespace. And watch how fast. So there are no cuts or edits in this video. I just want to show you that when we have the idea, we can go from idea to content generation or generative AI, then over to posting the pillar content and then advertising the piece of pillar content by creating micro content, probably in about 10 minutes. So it's not a big undertaking to do content marketing for your brand in order to kind of gain some credibility and also gain some phone calls. Okay, so let's do this. I'll go to blog. I'm going to create a new one. And like I said, I'm going to call it Discover the Best Ages to Start Taking Music Lessons. There we go. And now I'm going to grab it from here. I got to make it look good, and I got to link the phone number as well. Okay, and now I'm going to make this an H2 heading. SEO loves H2. I should say Google loves H2 from what I read. Again, we will link the phone number. Okay, good. Save. Fine, so that one is linked. I think it's mentioned at the top here as well. Oops. Yep, that's okay. Let's see if I got all the phone numbers linked. Now, it's always good to add images. So a good best practice for creating a blog post is to have internal links, external links, images, H2 headings, and make it at least 600 words. And again, follow that 80-20 rule where 80% of your post is entertaining and informing and educating your audience, where 20% of it is dedicated to actually selling and attempting to get leads for the thing that your business offers. So I think we've accomplished that here. What I want to do is add some images. Go here, do a bit of a gallery. Okay. Do I have good galleries here? Do I have good galleries? Do I have good images? First, let's go to Unsplash and get images. Squarespace has Unsplash, the royalty-free image company built in, but I think for a gallery you have to get these in bulk. So I'll just type in music lessons. Okay, and I'll just download a bunch of them. Drum lessons, piano lessons. We will do image of these kids. Maybe her. Some sheet music. Okay, guitar. Another guitar, and that's good. Let's go back to our, where to go? Here it is, sorry. Okay. Upload images. So I'm going to grab these ones here. Open. Well, let's let these upload. Okay, let's go to design. And I'm going to do a light box, and I want the overlay to be light. This is a very kind of light. There's a lot of white space on this website. So that's what it's going to look like. Okay. Let's see if we can link out. Let's see if we can have another, link to an external, an internal link. Music knows no age bounds. That's great. Specialized programs, that could be an internal link to our music lessons page. So let's do that. Let's link that. Those couple words. Link that to the lessons page. Apply. The journey. How about an external link? Our experienced instructors. Let's link that to the teachers page. Nice. Okay, as children progress into the ages of 6 to 8, they begin to develop a stronger sense of focus and coordination. Let's search that. I'm sure we can find an article that talks about that. Growth and development, 6 to 10 years old. Focus. Many children learn to throw. Okay, yeah. Many children learn to throw, hit a baseball, or kick a soccer ball. Some may even develop skills, more complex activities. Yeah, focus and coordination. So let's link that as something that we've cited for this particular blog post. Develop a stronger sense of focus and coordination. There's our external link, giving our piece of content credibility. I want this to be a new window. Great. That's a nice blog post. I'm going to publish this. And then I have to do some tweaking here on this side where I Need to add a hero image. What's this one like? I just selected one. I've used that one before. Let me try a different one. Let's try this one. Yep, that is good. And I haven't used this one before, so I'm going to stick with that image. And then I'm going to add an excerpt. So the featured image and excerpt represent your blog post across your site and when you share it on social media. So I'm going to grab a bit of preview text here. How far should I take it? I'm going to grab this. I'm going to just do the whole paragraph. It'll be fine. Okay. There we go. Change the author. The post URL looks good. Sort of answering that question even in the URL. Discover the best ages to start taking music lessons. Question, what are the best ages to start taking music lessons? So that's perfect. And it looks good with all of those dashes. Okay. Save. There we go. How does that look? There's our new blog post. Yep, great. Okay, so now so that was our pillar content, right? It's long, it answers a question, it follows best practice. Now I'm going to develop micro content so I can quickly advertise this pillar content for the Leaside Music School. Again, they are a local business, so my first go-to is to advertise the pillar content on Google My Business. So when people search for the business, whether they're looking for directions or, they're looking to call or whichever, we want to strengthen their presence on Google Maps. So let's go ahead and click on Add Update here. I'm an admin on their Google My Business. So I'm going to create a Learn More link to the piece of pillar content. I'm going to grab this here. This is my preview text. Again, people can either action it in the action what I want them to action, calling the school in the piece of content. So this might be a little long. Discover the best ages to start taking. It's a little long, so let's trim it, add those photos, just so it looks like there's a lot of relevant photos here and it's not just a text-based piece of micro content. We want this to capture people's attention. Let's link it now to the main piece of pillar content because this is going to be a Learn More button. I'm going to link the Learn More button, adding that there. All right, so there's our short description. In this blog post, we'll delve into the topic and explore the optimal ages for beginning your musical education. If you're ready to unleash your inner musician, Leaside Music School, we mentioned the brand, is just a phone call away at, there you go. And we've got a Learn More button, which links to the larger blog post. So we're going to post it, and it's going to be reviewed, and in a few minutes that will publish. But you can see here we've done this for just about every one of our blog posts. You can see here it links to the larger post, that Learn More button. Oh, it's opening under Squarespace. It's because I'm logged in. But that Learn More button, like I said, goes to the main post. Okay? And we did that without brainstorming really in depth. I didn't take a lot of time to write anything. I utilized Chat GPT. You could use any generative AI system really, but the idea is to find out what kind of answer to a question would appeal to your target audience, generate content for that particular answer to a question. Use that as pillar content. Follow the best practices when you create that pillar content, and then drive people to your pillar content using micro content. Again, I use micro content in the sense that I really am optimizing the Leaside Music School's presence on Google Maps, and I want to kind of build that out and drive people over to their website with a clear conversion in mind. I want them to get a phone call, but you could use any kind of micro content really. You can promote your pillar content, your blog post, using Facebook, using a tweet, or even Instagram, or even a shortened YouTube video or something like that. Micro content should be snackable, it should be quick, and it should have a larger purpose in mind. You want to drive people to your larger content. But hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully that kind of gave you some inspiration to start creating content. You don't have to be a writer to do it. You just need to be strategic about it, and you need to keep your customers in mind when you do it, or at least your ideal customers. Okay? All right. Create away. Thanks very much. Bye-bye, everyone.